Power sports audio is a very unique category in the sense that it's not only about audio. There's lighting, there's power switching, and of course there's audio, but it takes a certain kind of company with the know-how to really be that partner that dealers are looking for. AMP Global might just be that company with their offering in both the Stinger brand and, yes, now audio control. So if you're interested in this, stay tuned because AMP Global has some power sports solutions for you. This is CMA Networks presented by SiriusXM, all about AMP Global, and it starts now. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another CMA Networks. So we're talking about power sports, and this time we're going to go deep on a brand known as AMP Global. Well, really, it's a manufacturer brand. The brands that you know are probably the brands that we'll be covering in Stinger as well as audio control. Now, to do so, of course, we had to reach out to none other than legendary trainer himself, Mr. Jeff Smith. Now, Jeff, today we got a lot to cover, different brands, in fact, under the AMP umbrella. So what can dealers expect to learn about today?
Hey, Ben. Well, today we're going to go over a lot of really neat products that we have spanning all the brands under the umbrella of AMP. We're going to cover some head units from Stinger, the SPX M1 and its companion, the Switch Hub. We're going to cover some really unique amplifiers under the audio control brand and how it all comes into full circle and why AMP is a huge partner for retailers in the power sports category.
Well, that sounds all very exciting, and I love the fact we'll be covering multiple different categories within the space because really that's what dealers need to know. They need that partner that can provide all the goods within all those different categories. Anyhow, we have a jam-packed show, but before we go there, a quick opportunity for our sponsor SiriusXM to remind you why dealers love it. And when we come back, we're going to dive deep into both Stinger and audio control. Don't you dare go away.
Hey guys, Ricky Lima here from SiriusXM. I had a chance to speak to some dealers and ask them what they love about selling SiriusXM. Here's what they had to say.
Coast-to-coast coverage.
I love SiriusXM for commercial-free music.
It's a great add-on sale and a profit opportunity.
We love selling SiriusXM because you can listen to the same channel coast to coast.
Profitability and ease of installation. It's a no-brainer.
We love selling SiriusXM for its ease of installation, great profitability, and reliability.
People love it.
All right, let's get right into it, Jeff. We're talking AMP Global, huge company, tons of different divisions and brands, but specifically we're covering Stinger and audio control within this space, which is power sports. So let's start with explaining to dealers why AMP Global should be a premium partner to these dealers when it comes to power sports audio.
Well, Ben, one of the biggest things that people should know about AMP and all the brands that we cover is that we literally dive into multiple channels of business and take those channels to the max, right? We think about everything that someone would need from start to finish, whether it be a source unit, the wiring, speakers, amplification, installation accessories. We typically dive in and cover the entire gamut, like I said. So today, that's why we're going to kind of start going from one end to the other and show you exactly what we offer in all of these brands.
Well, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. You mentioned it before. I think it's a great starting point because it's such a unique product, Jeff. We're talking about the source unit from Stinger called the SPX M1. It's a unique piece. It might look, for the first time you look at it, it looks like some other, options that are out there, but there's some hidden functionality in there we're going to learn about. So we have a video we're going to roll, and when we come back, Jeff's kind of going to break it down for you exactly what makes this unit so special for power sports.
Introducing SPX M1 Marine and Power Sports Media Player and Switch Hub Solid State Relay. These items combine to bring amazing features to your side-by-side. The SPX M1 adds a 2.7-inch full-color optically bonded display with LED backlit buttons that make it easy to view in any lighting situation or while wearing polarized sunglasses. SPX M1 is super rugged and IPX6 rated, built to withstand harsh off-road conditions. Switch Hub and SPX M1 are the perfect pair for adding additional accessories to your side-by-side, such as lighting and upgraded sound with a dedicated screen on SPX M1 for turning them on and off. The SPX M1 has Bluetooth for music streaming, an aux input, USB input, camera input, built-in 4-channel amplifier delivering 25 watts per channel, and a 7-band EQ. On top of all that, It has 4 channels of 2-volt RCA output, which is great for adding amplifiers to your rig and taking advantage of the SPX M1's easy subwoofer control. The SPX M1 camera input allows you to mount a camera anywhere on your side-by-side to enhance the safety of all your off-road adventures. A built-in battery voltage gauge with a low voltage warning chime lets you keep an eye on your vehicle's electrical system so you never pull too much. When combined with the new switch hub, SPX M1 becomes a command center for all your accessories. The switch hub is a solid-state 4-channel accessory bank with high current capability. It makes adding and controlling accessories to your new infotainment system incredibly easy. It has 3 20-amp outputs and 1 40-amp output. You can even combine outputs if you have an accessory that draws more than 40 amps. All outputs are thermally protected and protected against short circuits. Each output can be individually triggered with either a positive or negative trigger, and the switch hub has LEDs that show which outputs are active. The simple design makes for a clean install and eliminates the clutter of multiple high current relays and the wiring that goes with them. The switch hub and the SPX M1 are the perfect combination to add complete control of everything on your side-by-side.
So that's a pretty informational video there, Ben. So one of the biggest things that people need to know about the SPX M1 is that, of course, it is a power sports, marine, whatever environment you'd want to put this media player into, and it has the capability of all the standard sources. You have Bluetooth streaming, which is going to be the most popular. You have AM, FM. You even have a weather band source. You have an auxiliary input. You can connect your phone via USB. It has dual preamp outputs, front and rear, or selectable front and sub, 4-channel high-powered output. But what really makes the SPX M1 different from other power sports media players out there is that, first and foremost, the screen itself. It is a multi-layer optically bonded screen that's going to allow you to see the high resolution screen in direct sunlight. And I know that's going to be really weird before some people, because you have to think in a lot of scenarios when you're using these media players in power sports and marine applications, you're going to be in the sunlight, in the woods, in the water, wherever you may be. But that optically bonded screen allows you to have a very rugged screen that's completely dust-free, water-free, and you can even see the screen directly when you're wearing polarized sunglasses, which is really, really unique. Some of the other unique features inside the SPX M1 is that it has a video input for reverse camera. That's right. Here comes more branded things that we can push from other companies under the AMP umbrella. We actually have Power Sports rated cameras under our EchoMaster brand that can be mated with the SPX M1. So whether it be a Power Sports, ATV, UTV, or even a marine application, you can definitely use those high quality, rugged IPX rated cameras along with the SPX M1 to view any trails behind you, a riding mate behind you, or the waves behind you, whatever you can think of with the SPX M1. Now, of course, in that video, Ben, one of the biggest things that most people hone in on is the fact of the actual connectivity for switches directly from the SPX M1. So internally into SPX M1, you have 4 outputs that can be used to trigger relay in order to turn off different things in your vehicle, whether it be external lighting, internal lighting, fans, audio system, whatever the thought process could be. And because we built this into this head unit, then that's going to lead us directly into the additional features built into the unit, and that would be controlling that input and output capability from the screen directly to go directly out to the SPX M1.
Jeff, I'm not going to lie. I've been a huge fan of that switch hub component to this source unit from the very first time you explained it to me. But I want to give you that opportunity to explain to dealers why this is so clutch, because you've mentioned it, whether it's zombie lights or any other accessory, to be able to control that from one place. Obviously, there's huge advantages, but also the build quality of this unit, I think, deserves a little bit of attention. So tell us a little bit more about the switch hub.
Yeah, so the switch hub, Ben, is a solid state 4-channel relay system that allows dealers or consumers, however you want to put the scenario, to reduce the amount of technical wiring and high quality skilled wiring that's needed in order to add additional accessories to their ATV UTV. So what's really neat about the SPX M1 is that it is a solid state water resistant relay system that has the ability to take up and put out up to 100 amps of current. That's big. So you got to think those cooling fans on ATV, those big crazy lights that we love to see on a lot of these off-road vehicles, but it has the ability to take up to a 4-gauge input, up to 100 amps of current. You have a single 40 amp output, and then you have 3 dedicated 20 amp outputs. Under each output, you can also see that there is a spot for an LED. When the unit is in full operation mode, each output that is selected is green to let you know that it's working properly, putting out the current that you've selected. If there was a short for any reason, then that LED would turn red to let you know that there's a short so that you can alleviate that short, fix it, repair it, whatever it may be. And then the unit is smart. It will self-heal itself and then automatically turn that output back on when the actual short is gone. What's really neat, Ben, is that unlike a lot of relays that have a bunch of wires hanging out of them and you don't really know how to use them, the switch hub is very simple to use. You're going to have main ground for the entire unit. Then you're going to have, main ground for the entire unit, then 4 negative input triggers to control the outputs. If you don't have a negative trigger, then you can use a positive trigger. You just can't use both trigger 1 and 1, positive and negative at the same time. You only use 1 negative or 1 positive according to each output. But this guy is built in a very rugged housing, has built-in mounting tabs already pre-molded into it. And Ben, this is just going to make adding any accessory to any Powersports, ATV, marine application that much easier. And when it's combined with the switch hub, it's a total no-brainer. Complicated wiring, complicated relay installation is all made simple with the switch hub, the SPX SH440 switch hub from Stinger.
All right, Jeff. So sticking with Stinger, I can only imagine the plethora of installation accessories and wiring kits and all that good stuff that Stinger offers for this market. Can you break down a couple really popular SKUs that dealers need to know about?
Yeah, of course. So everything you could think of is under this umbrella for this channel of business. So starting with the switch hub we just talked about, along with the SPX M1, we also offer a series of dash kits that can be shown in that you can see in the image here. Dash kits for different year makes and models of Razors and Polaris that are available under the Stinger brand as well. Installation accessories. Here in the image, you can see that there are RCA interconnects that are built specifically for marine power sports use. Same high quality Stinger RCAs that have been known for years, but built rugged and tough to withstand the elements in the marine ATV power sports, channel. Then there's going to be our patented Siamese power wire kits that is power and ground, because in these vehicles, you're running a direct home run from the battery, power and ground to whatever accessories you're going to be adding to the vehicle. You're also going to have a multiple different fuse holder selection. All the fuse holders are 100% waterproof. They have the tools connected to them for ATC fuses, for mini A&L fuses, from 16 gauge all the way up to 4 gauge connections. You have the ability to completely service and protect your system. We have circuit breakers that are true marine power sports style circuit breakers that are waterproof and spark proof. 100 amp circuit breakers, 150 amp circuit breakers. We have a very unique selection bin that makes all of the installation accessories you need for any of these jobs super easy to obtain, and they're all the high Stinger quality products and accessories.
I knew getting into this with Jeff that this is going to be a ram-packed show, because we're covering not only Stinger, but now we're going to get into audio control in this power sports space. Now, when it came to developing the ACX series of amplifiers from Audio Control, Jeff, talk to us a little bit about the design criteria and why these amps are just great high-end performers within this segment.
Well, Ben, since 2017, Audio Control has been back in the amplifier game. When I say back, a lot of people don't know that many years ago, Audio Control actually started making amplifiers with processors built into it way back in the 90s. But now that the company has evolved and the engineering capabilities made a huge statement with the early LC and D series amplifiers, moving into different channels to be able to provide that Audio Control quality and the just sheer performance that Audio Control has been known for into the micro amplifier series like ACM, but then moving into the Powersports series. So Ben, one of the biggest things I want people to realize is that the ACX series of amplifiers are not just an off-the-shelf type amplifier. These are the same high quality, well-designed amplifiers like the LC and D series amplifiers, but built to fit into the Powersports and marine range. What's really neat about this amplifier is that if someone wanted to use it in a normal automotive installation or motorcycle or whatever else, it's the same quality, the same high quality engineering as any of the other amplifiers in the audio control line of products. The only difference is that these guys are built to be abused, whether it be in an ATV, motorcycle, you name it, whatever power sports vehicle or vessel you have, they are built to handle that. Full IPX6 rating in order to take, a bath, dust, vibration, whatever you want to throw at this guy, it's going to handle it. Having completely sealed up the selection where the area where you can adjust the gains, adjust crossovers, everything's completely waterproof in here. The speaker outputs from the circuit board completely sealed so that no water, dust, or vibration is going to ruin that. The same thing with the power connections and your audio inputs. All of this is going to allow the ACX series of amplifiers to be rock solid performers. But I think where most dealers get into the ACX series and they power them up and they use them and they see exactly how well they sound, how dynamic the audio output of these amplifiers are. And there are 6 different models to fit any need for the power sports market. There are 3 models in the 300 watt category. There's a 300 watt 2-channel, a 300 watt 4-channel, and a 300 watt monoblock. Then when you step up to the big boys, you go up to the 600 watt chassis. The 600 watt chassis, there's also 3 amplifiers in this category. There's going to be the very high demand 606, because in power sports and marine applications, you have different zones or different areas of speakers. So now you have 6 channels of high power in order to drive all the speakers or complete system. There's also a 650 watt 5-channel and the big boy, the ACX 600.1 600 watt monoblock. The other thing to remember, Ben, is that all the monoblocks, the 300 watt or the 600 watt, are full range, not just full range Class D, but actual full range. So you can play full 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz high end directly from these units and be able to power anything and everything to the maximum capability with the ACX series of amplifiers from Audio Control.
Now, audio control has always been innovators within the sound processing space. So I was very curious when, Jeff, you mentioned to me that there is a sound processor unit that should be worth mentioning for the power sports audio space as well. So why don't you tell us all about the ACX 3.2 and what does that exactly does it do?
Yeah, Ben, the ACX 3.2 is one of the all-weather processors that's available from Audio Control. So the neat thing about the ACX 3.2 is that a lot of retailers are already familiar with Audio Control's in-dash series of audio processors. The 3.2 under the Powersports series or the all-weather series is now going to add that same master volume control, internal crossover, high pass, low pass, a dedicated fader for front to rear adjustment, and dedicated sub-level control, along with the 4-band graphic EQ. What's really neat about this ACX 3.2 is that now it has been upgraded to have dual illumination for red or blue to match, accent interior lighting or lighting on the vehicle. Has an internal line driver, 9.5 volts RMS up to 13 volts peak out. And it's a conformally coded circuit board, so it's going to handle all of the elements that can be thrown at it in a power sports marine application. But the really unique part of the actual ACX 3.2 is that this unit comes with a paging mic. And a lot of people go, a paging mic, what are you going to use this for? Ben, the uses for the paging mic are insane. For standard features, think about it. You're in your ATV, UTV, and you're out in the woods and you need to talk to one of the other riders with you. Hey, watch out, there's a deer. Hey, watch out, there's a rock. Oh, hey, no, let's go over there, blah, blah, blah. You can use the paging mic for that scenario. In a marine application, if you need to talk to people out on, the skis behind you, in a wake boat, you have the ability to talk back to shore, whatever you need to. And then the unit has the ability for you to designate where you want the audio to come out of, all the RCAs or just out of a certain set of RCAs, like the rear, in order to go to other areas. So adding this paging microphone, Ben, takes the ACX 3.2 to a totally different, capability. You have your controls for your crossover, your output level, and all of the RCAs in your main mic gain are completely adjustable in this unit, like true audio control fashion, high quality build, 5-year warranty, everything you could think of. We're going to put out some videos about how we even use these in food trucks. We talked to many different people about incorporating all types of things. We have our all-weather amplifiers, our speakers from the Stinger line, ACX 3.2, adding a Bluetooth unit in order to make a full audio system, the full ecosystem for any type of power sport application.
Now, Jeff, I think you mentioned it there, because to round out our discussion here, we got to talk about the, source options, right? Bluetooth, very big, very popular, and of course, very convenient. So what are the Bluetooth source options that Audio Control currently has in their catalog?
So under the Audio Control brand, there are currently 2 Bluetooth streamers that are going to give you the ability to send audio into your audio system. There's the ACX BT1, that is your standard hideaway Bluetooth streaming adapter that comes with a single set of RCAs out and remote output as well. This is really unique in the fact that you can use this as the main source unit for everything. The unit does not send a signal out of the remote turn on to turn on your system until there's actually audio streaming. So there's no controls for this one. You simply Bluetooth stream directly from your phone directly into the ACX BT1. And it is built to take all of the abuse like anything else under the all-weather ACX series. Then we get into the big boy, shown here, the ACX BT3. This unit is a full command system. It's not exactly like the SPX-M1 under the Stinger. This guy is built for more of a wider range of system applications. Seeing as how it is dedicated for Bluetooth use, but it also has an auxiliary input. It has 3 sets of RCAs out, where when most people would see 3 sets of RCAs, Ben, they would automatically think front, rear, sub. That's not the case with the ACX BT3. In this particular unit, you're going to have zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. So by pressing the AC glyph button in the middle, you have the ability to illuminate different stages or different zones on the unit in order to control volume in those areas. If you put it back into the main lighting option for the main source control, that'll control all the volume of the RCAs at one time. You switch over to zone 1, it's only that set of RCAs to turn the volume up and down. Zone 2, zone 3, the exact same way, or even switching over to aux input. This looks like your standard 3-inch can, kind of how the SPX-M1 and other Powersports head units are built, but this is actually a little bit smaller. It's like a 2-inch can, so it can be put into a lot of very unique places. So think about it, Ben. Once you pair the ACX BT3 starting your system, you can run output RCAs to any different area of the boat in order to control those different zones. You pair this head unit along with the ACX 3.2. Now you have complete paging control over different areas of the boat. Then you go from there through high quality Stinger interconnects, Stinger power wires that's going to do exactly what these guys need to do and give you that full 5-year warranty, along with going directly to your ACX series of amplifiers. Ben, you have a complete system from start to finish, from an entirely self-sufficient family of products under our AMP umbrella to make any power sports, ATV, UTV, marine application a unique audio system that's going to be a winner, hands down.
And there you have it, guys. That was the man himself, Jeff Smith, representing AMP Global, talking to us all about both Stinger as well as audio control solutions within the power sports audio space. Now, if you're looking for more information, again, probably the best place I can send you is to their head website, which is ampglobal.com. From there, you can branch out to all the different brands that he mentioned. I think he even talked a little bit about EchoMaster products in there as well. But yeah, great solutions. I definitely want to touch on the fact the combination between the source unit as well as the power hub for switching, having all that interface and not having to cut other holes or take up other tabs is genius. And I think that is definitely an award-winning type of setup. And yep, absolutely, look at audio control for that customer that's looking for that ultimate sound quality, but also the robustness of the build that audio control has, as well as, you know what, I wasn't sure about that, that sound processor unit, but he said food truck, and I said, we're going to talk about that more. But absolutely cool having that microphone to talk to your fellow buddies while you're on the trail. Hey, maybe that's something your customers are looking for. So that's it for this CMA Networks presented by SiriusXM presentation all about Stinger audio control and AMP Global. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.